Hello world, welcome to Fulani Scientist channel. And I am actually very excited to share another cool video of you emphasizing why science is so cool. And so I want to start with this uh, um, slide with all the Nobel Prize winners of the world. Many of these are peace and literature Nobel laureate and economic Nobel laureate. And so the Nobel Prize is one of the most exciting awards that a scientist or a individual can actually earn. And so Mother Teresa said it best. She said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love." And I really love this quote because I strongly feel I'm doing small things that I can as a scientist, but with such great love that I actually love giving presentations and sharing my work and ideas with others. And actually, one of the opportunities I had to present my research was at Cold Spring Harbor, and this was the 84th Cold Spring Harbor Symposium, and it was on RNA control and regulation. And if you've seen my YouTube videos on the central dogma of biology, I talked about how DNA gets transcribed to RNA and then RNA gets translated to protein. However, I had a box on RNA, and there are a lot of regulations, checks and balances that happens on the RNA before it gets translated. And that is one of the highest or the most, I don't want to say complicated, because if you study DNA regulation, then you say that's the most complicated topic, or if you study protein regulation, then you say that's the most complicated. But personally, to me, I think RNA regulation and RNA processing is one of the most exciting but also challenging areas of research. And so at this conference, I presented my work. At the time, I was a graduate student, fifth year maybe, and I was presenting my poster on RNA biology using the Drosophila, the fruit fly, as a model system. And a wonderful woman came to my poster, and her name is Dr. Jennifer Doudna, who later won a Nobel Prize in chemistry with other Nobel laureates who were studying the CRISPR-Cas9 system, which is a genetic editing tool that was discovered first in bacteria, but it can be applied to other model systems. So I talked about model systems that are not just humans or mammalian based like the mouse model, but plants, C. elegans, the worm, fruit flies, and bacteria. And so bacteria is an excellent model organism, and some of the discoveries from these model organisms can actually help impact our life and our health. And so this woman, Jennifer Doudna, was at the conference, and as a graduate student, my advisor, one of my advisors, had given me a book written, co-authored by Dr. Doudna and one of his postdocs. I'm currently a postdoc. So I brought the book so she could sign it. But as an incentive, a great friend of mine, a good friend of mine who hand makes DNA double helix earrings, gave me several pairs. I bought them from her. And I came to the conference and I said, Dr. Doudna, I want you to know that I really, really loved reading your book. I've learned so much about the CRISPR-Cas9 system, and a friend of mine would like you to sign our books. So I had two copies because our GMB, Genetics and Molecular Biology director at the time, gave it to us. So she signs the book, and I'm super excited. I gave her the DNA earrings, and I said, could you wear them so I could take a picture and send it to my friend, the one who made them? And she said, sure. So I have this excited look on my face because I couldn't believe it. We all knew she was going to get the Nobel Prize with the other people who co-discovered CRISPR-Cas9 with her, but nobody was saying anything. But I knew, and I was just like, oh, this is so exciting. And so we stood together, and this is us standing right there with my mouth almost half open, saying, I can't believe this. Dr. Doudna is literally holding my shoulder, and we're taking pictures with my friend's DNA earrings. And I love showing these pictures at lab meetings, and so I wanted to share this awesome conference experience with a bunch of awesome scientists doing really, really cool and amazing science that can help confer the greatest benefit to humanity. And so it was really, really exciting to see that she and other scientists had won the Nobel Prize. And so, yeah, it's really, really like walking on the shoulders of giants, women and scientists who've done it. And the Nobel Prize winners are becoming more diverse, you know, women and eventually black scientists would be, and women of color and other minority backgrounds. So that is the goal. And so this was a very memorable conference. And one of the awesome perks of being a scientist and having such interest in different diverse topics of RNA and DNA biology is that when you go to these conferences to present your work, you get exposed and you meet people that you normally would not meet in a normal day-to-day basis. So being a scientist had opened up a lot of doors for me and given me the opportunity to meet really amazing people out there. And so that's something I just wanted to share with you all. The coolest part about science, one of the coolest part about it is going to conferences, meeting people. I love meeting people and talking about science, talking about life. You know, we talked about, well, she said a little bit about her son, and we talked about personal things. So those are very, very memorable and impactful experiences. And getting to go to Cold Spring Harbor, which is in New York, is like a candy store for scientists. The laboratories look amazing. The whole place just feels amazing. And so with that, you get to go to conferences all around the world, depending on where they are. I've actually been to at least 15 of the 50 states in the United States attending conferences that I would normally never be able to go on my own budget. But with being a scientist and having data that is worthy of sharing and presenting, you get to go to conferences and present your research and meet people. And so it's a life-changing experience, and I wanted to share that with you. So thank you, and Fulani Scientist signing off.